I don't know how to explain it. I traveled recently with a team to Massachusetts, and um, it was amazing. Like it's a change of life to me. My life got changed, and it affects my family and every area of my life, and most importantly, my community. I realized that most of them need my help. So I'm going to dedicate myself in this program and then help people of my own. Um, I'd like to talk about stress management. And stress is the body's way of responding to um, any kind of demand. Stress is a damnable disease. It's causing so much problems. It's a disease of the century, and people are making a whole lot of money out of this thing through maybe counseling, books. Organizations are putting stuff together for their staff for this particular problem, and it's something that is bothering. And then when we went to the program, this is what I really envisaged. I took because it was my problem, and I decided to fix it. It's a problem of the century, and the fact that you live in this culture doesn't mean that you have to learn the same pattern of ways that people, the way they live. You don't have to follow the same thing. It's a disease, and it's really destroying us. This is me. Stress is causing a whole lot of problems. Lack of physical activities. People are not functioning well because of stress. It's depriving the people of sleep, just as our sister talked about this sleep problem. And when I look at my kids and the way the time they come home and the time that they leave home, sometimes I wonder what is going on with the generation, because it's happening with most families, and it's so serious. People are deprived of sleep. When you drive, you see these things on the highway. People are driving, but they are sleeping.
Yes.
Sometimes I do it too, so I know that. And because of more hours at work, people don't have good sleep. People are doing 2 jobs. Just recently, I had a lady who sat in my car, and she asked me a question. He said, how come that a lot of people are doing 2 jobs? And the reason why they're going through all this is because of stuff, things, houses, cars, and so on. And it's affecting us. People are eating more outside because they don't have time to prepare food. So they eat outside. They eat those junk, and it affects them. Less socialization. Yes. When you travel, it's very sad. I got to Amsterdam very recently, and when you get to the airport, everybody's head is down with a computer or a phone or something. Nobody's talking to anybody. Even when you get into the plane, everybody's concentrating on gadgets.
Yes.
And it's very frustrating. there's no health without mental health. Mental health has something to do with our health. The way we think, the way we feel, and the way we act has something to do with our health. If you're not thinking right, it affects your health. If you're not acting right, it affects your health. And it's very important that you stay strong, especially in this stressful environment. I deal with our dear sister Janice, and he told me something one day. He said, I have to, learn how to manage my time. And I took her seriously because I was all over the place. 24 hours was not enough for me. And I was doing a whole lot of stuff. So my mental condition was not right. And I've started putting these things right, and I'm enjoying life. And most especially, I'm enjoying my wife. There are two types of stresses, and there's a negative and a positive one. And the negative stress is potentially overwhelming and perhaps out of control. Most of the time when we go through stress, there's a chemical that releases into our blood. And those chemicals will make us, give us more energy or strength. So it could be positive or it could be negative. I had a serious accident about 5 years ago, and I had it in a bush, and nobody was there. And lost control, running into a tree, and I was just there by myself. And smoke was coming out of the car. And the energy that came into me, that I came out of the car, is only by God's grace. There was a trench. How I was able to jump that strength and then go by this wayside, I don't know. So this is what we're talking about, the energy that I got to come out of this. At that moment, I was stressed out. Yes. But I had that energy, I had that strength to beat what I was going through. As I stand there right now, I have metal in my body, my hip and my knees. But thank God, I'm standing.
Yes. Yes.
So we have negative stress and then positive. The negatives one